Eliminate Pitching Part 2. We had such a great response from last week that I felt like, it would be really good to put a Part 2 on this. And I'm going to include strategy. That's something I've been asked for a long time, is strategy and tactics to go along with that strategy. So watch to the end, because I have some one-on-one video there, some pitching simulation on how to attack an individual batter. That's the mano-a-mano part. That's when you're going after a batter as an individual. Now, a word on strategy and tactics. Tactics is that mano-a-mano. That's when you're going after one batter, but that's not the big game. The big game is the strategy. The strategy is the overarching plan to go after the whole lineup. You beat a whole lineup, not a single batter. On tactics, I'm going to show you how to go after a batter one-on-one that will support this strategy. All right, now why do we lose games? Most of the time we lose a game because we give up one or two or more big innings. Now, what is a big inning? A big inning is maybe 4, 5, 6 or more runs in an inning. That's a big inning. Those will kill you, all right? It's not the 1 or 2 runs you give up here and there. It's that big one. So we're going to talk about what causes that and how this defensive strategy will help eliminate those big innings. Now, what causes a big inning? Generally, number one, it's letting the middle of the lineup or the bottom of the lineup get on base with no outs. I mean, you face the top of the lineup maybe once a game. If they're lucky, maybe twice. Okay, so when you let the bottom of the lineup get on base, you're setting yourself up for giving up a big inning. Now, what happens when like you walk the number 7 guy, right? Oh, come on. Or the number 8 guy gets on because, someone booted a ball or got a little dinker in there, and then you didn't make a good throw to second, or the second baseman bobbled the cutoff and relay, and now you've got a guy standing on second base from the bottom of the order. And now you've got the top of the order rolling around, and that's what causes the big inning. You think your team would perform better defensively if, say, you had 13 fielders instead of 10? What if you had 2 extra outfielders or just 1 extra outfielder? Maybe an extra infielder. You think you'd play better defensively? Absolutely. Now here's something you need to understand. Most players think that the field of play is between the foul lines. Well, it is not. The field of play is where the ball gets hit. So if you keep the field of play smaller, if you control where the ball is hit, now you have less territory to defend. Okay, now here's an example of the field if you can take about 15 degrees off the first base line. It's like adding an extra outfielder, and you tighten up that infield, and it closes up a lot of those gaps. Okay, let's take a look at taking about 30% off the field. Now, I will admit this is pretty aggressive, but you can take a chance on this every once in a while, depending on how confident you are. This might be a special situation. If you're really tight with your pitches and you're confident, you can definitely make this work. Okay, now we've discussed the problem and we have proposed a solution, this shrink the field strategy. But for this strategy to work, there are 3 preconditions that you have to meet as a team. 2 of them are on you. The first one is you have to have the team buy in. They have to trust you. You have to hit your spots. You can't be walking guys every other inning. Can't be leaving pitches up fat. You can't be letting the ball get sprayed from foul line to foul line, okay? That won't work. But if you can tighten up, if you can prove to them that you can control the line, then they will buy in. The second one is you have to develop 2 quality breaking pitches, one to the left and one to the right. And then number 3, this is more of a team thing. Your team has to play good defense. We don't need ESPN heroes here. We just need guys to make routine plays. If you pitch an out, they need to make an out. That's the 3rd precondition. Okay, we went over the preconditions for you and the team. Now, here's 4 things that you must do as a pitcher. These 4 are on you, okay? If you can do this, you're going to win a lot of games. I can promise you, because I have used this technique myself when I was playing, and it absolutely does work. Number one, you always pitch right-handers inside. No exceptions. Number two, you always pitch left-handed batters away. Always. No exceptions. You always pitch a minimum height pitch. If the umpire will give you the 6-foot high pitch, you take that. If he gives you 7 or 8, whatever the lowest pitch that he will give you, you always pitch the lowest arc when you're using this strategy. Number 4, you always hit the back edge of the plate. The rubber on the back edge of the plate, always. Those are the 4 things you must do in order for this strategy to work. And believe me, if you can execute, it works beautifully. Now we're going to start with the first batter. He's a right-handed batter. And obviously, we're playing to the left side of the field, so I want to get ahead of him. So now I'm going to throw him a slider on the inside. He sees it coming way in. He doesn't want any part of it because he knows we're playing for him to pull, so he's going to stay off of that pitch. Now, but if you throw it right, you can catch a little plate with it. It's okay because it breaks quite a bit if you throw it well, and it's going to catch him for a strike. Now he's behind. Okay, here's the money pitch. It's going to go in the middle of the plate and it's going to break in on his feet. It is a screwball to your right side as a right-handed pitcher, down on his feet, and he's going to have to hit that because he has 1 strike, and when he does, he's going to pull that pitch. The best he can do is maybe center field with that. So that's how you finish up a perfect sequence against a right-handed batter. Okay, now here we go against a left-handed batter. And we're going to stay away from the left-handed batter. We're going to throw him a slider. This pitch will hang up there. It looks way outside. The batter, again, doesn't want any part of it. He knows what we're trying to do to him, so he's going to let it go. But if you can put a good break on it, you might get ahead of him with a strike. Again, this is why those break-in pitches are so important in this strategy. You get those break-in pitches working from both sides, and you're going to have a really good time. Okay, here's our second pitch to our left-handed batter. Now we've set him up with a really nice backdoor slider. So now we're going up the middle with a pitch that looks great, except it is a screwball. It's breaking away. With 1 strike, he's going to try to hit that pitch. Most likely, it's going to your strong side of your defense, just like we planned. The best he can probably do is maybe roll it over to the center fielder. So anyway, that's the way you go after these batters. Always pitch inside to right-handed batters. Always pitch away to left-handed batters. Always keep that pitch low as the umpire will allow, and always put it on the back of the black. Hey, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.